I think we're live, but hold on. Oh, did it work? I don't know what's going on here. All right. You're crazy. All right, I think we're live.
Yep.
But we're gonna wait just a minute and see if anybody jumps in on here at 7 o'clock. We're a minute early, so you guys can just look at us for a little while. All right, well, again, we have a minute here or so, but we'll start just a little early because people can jump on as they want or watch this later. So as you can tell, Bob's not here tonight. My little blonde over there, supposed to be hiding and being quiet. Clearly that's not working. Anyway, Bob's not here tonight because he's on the road, so we got voluntold that we got to do Bob Talk tonight. We, as in those of us that are here in the office. For those of you who don't know, I'm Laura Engler. I am Bob and Mary's oldest daughter. This is my daughter, Mackenzie, who... but we are... So the office staff is just going to kind of introduce ourselves, kind of what we do around here. Just a little bit about us. So many of you probably have dealt with one or two or all of us in some point in fashion. So we thought it'd be a good time to introduce ourselves on Bob Talk. So I'm Laura. I do all the finance and HR stuff here at Sandry Fire, and anything else anybody needs help with, we kind of just do together. So that's me. I live just south of DeWitt, about 16 miles. 2 kids, married, and yeah, that's, I don't know. If you have any questions about any of us as we go here, please feel free to send us a little chat that you're here and have questions, or we'll answer as honestly as we can, and we can ask whatever we want about Bob because he's not here. So I'll let Sarah go next.
Sarah Peniston. I've been at Sandry for about 5 years. I do everything from scheduling service, adding new customers to our service routes. I do, if you have anything that you need returned or exchanged, I help the sales rep with those, and I do all the shipping and receiving. I'm married, 4 kids, live just outside DeWitt, and I'm busy doing all of their activities most evenings.
Oh.
I'm Ethan. I live in Eldridge. I have a wife and 2 kids, 2 daughters. I've been on Eldridge Fire for 13 years, since 2010. So I kind of have the customer view of it as well as the inside view, I guess. I don't know if you can call it that. I do a lot of the processing the sales orders and ordering inventory and ordering parts from our vendors and making sure pricing is correct and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, so we're going to try to drag out a little bit of time here because we were told we had to do about 12 to 15 minutes at minimum. Thank you, Bob, for setting the standard. So, yeah, just we kind of are a big family around Sandry Fire. I know Bob has talked about that a lot, where our customers are family and so are our employees. So we kind of really focus on making sure that everybody knows they're appreciated, and so even if they don't think so, some days the office staff is appreciated, and making them come on Bob Talk is one way of making sure that
That's a big old thank you.
everybody knows who they are, their faces. Grace says hi, Dad.
Oh, hi, Grace.
So yeah, we all do a little bit of everything to keep Sandry Fire running, and it can be interesting around here some days. So if you're ever in the area, please feel free to stop in the office. We sometimes roll our eyes when people walk in the door because we don't. Then we have to get up from our desks. But if Alicia's here, which she's going to hopefully sneak in, we hired Alicia a little while back to help us out doing odds and ends and being at the front door when somebody comes in. And love that because Sarah and I aren't jumping up from our desks constantly to see who's walking in the door. But please feel free to come visit us.
Bob loves to give tours.
He does.
Be prepared to stay for 2 hours.
He does. Yeah. Mary's not around the office much, but she's here a couple days a week, and Bob's here about as much as she is anymore. But he's out doing a demo tonight with Travis down in Southwest Iowa. So he still gets out on the road. He still tries to do a lot and help out a lot. And the guys seem to really like that. So if you've got a demo coming up with one of your guys that you really want Bob to see if he can sneak into his schedule, don't be afraid to ask. Especially extrication. When it's tools, he's like a kid in a candy store.
Yep. For sure.
So, yeah. Please send us questions, send us whatever, because we don't know what to talk about for 15 minutes. Usually it's pretty quiet around here because we're all pretty focused on getting our stuff done. So, yeah. I can see that people are watching, and you people probably don't know who we are. But we are the office staff. Bob bailed on us tonight. That's what happened. I think we labeled it as the redheaded stepchildren are in charge of Bob Talk tonight on our marketing. So this is what you get. Yeah. I don't know what else can you tell about working at Sandry Fire. You know,
Every day's different, which is great. I mean, not different, but there's something new that happens every day that you're like, oh, never done that before, or which is, I love the variety in it. So
good.
Yeah.
I will say it's one big family. I like that. If a customer or department has a need, or a piece of equipment got damaged or something, we'll work as hard as we can to do what we can to get them what they need to get back in service and back on the road.
Yeah.
Our customers are pretty important to us.
They were having a conversation not that far back about who's been around Sandry Fire the longest and who gets to claim that title, and I have a really hard time giving that up. Being part of Sandry Fire from day one. Yes, I took a break for a couple years and went and explored the world outside of Sandry Fire, but I've been back now since 2019, and I can't imagine trying to do life any differently. So I really appreciate you guys welcoming back with open arms and just taking me back in. And being the boss's daughter some days is difficult. I wanted to slap you today, Bob, and you're not even here. Just so you know that. But yeah, we have a good time. I think, fun to be around most days.
I mean, after the third phone call from somebody, maybe.
Yeah. So, and we are one big family, as you can tell, because somebody seems to have her nose in the middle of it, don't you? Where's Grandpa tonight? Where's Grandma tonight?
In Florida.
In Florida. Yeah, Grandma went to Florida, didn't she?
Yeah.
You're a goose.
Does anybody have any questions?
Come on, guys. Throw us something. Give us something to talk about. Anything you want to know about secrets of Sandry Fire? The behind-the-scenes things that happen that are so much fun? We do have all of our sales guys, please stop. All of our sales guys coming to the office the end of the month for what we have, quarterly sales meeting. So it gets a little crazy around here during those times. We got all chaos around here,
but lots of fun.
It's fun. We do have fun as a family, but I love to see them come and I love to see them go.
That's exactly what I was just thinking. It's great when they're here, but Friday when they're gone is real great too. So So we use the quarterly meetings. The guys come and we usually bring in a vendor that do some extended learning, like things that might be new or things that we didn't know. We use it to work on some of our in-office stuff or in-house stuff that the guys aren't that comfortable with. We kind of do a retraining on some of that. We always make sure we have lunches together. We always do something in the evening together. It is a family, and even the people, like my husband anybody that's local, like their spouse comes, and it's great. So it's really fun.
So if you're around DeWitt the last week of March, you'll see lots of little Sandry bugs.
Lots of Sandry cars,
because that's what they do. And if you ever see one of our vans out driving, please give them a shout out on Facebook or on,
take a picture and send it to Bob. We can do it.
Just let us know, because it's fun to know where they're at sometimes. We don't have a good way of keeping track of them some days.
That they know of.
This is true.
Right.
Tara, don't tell our secrets. But yeah, so, it's a pretty casual atmosphere around here. We don't get too worked up about many things. We love having Bob around the office most days, but we kind of laugh because he comes in and drops these little like grenades, and then they explode after he leaves.
Bomb bombs.
It's what he does. It's just what we prepare for now.
Yeah.
Which is fine.
But it is a different energy when Bob's here, for sure. Good or bad.
Yeah.
Like, most of the time, good.
Yeah.
But it is, like, when he's getting ready to leave, it's, like, crazy. Like, is this done? Does somebody need anything? You know, it's crazy, but it's fun.
It's
good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He is, as much as we like to give Bob a lot of crap for a lot of things, we do. His passion is fun to watch.
It is so fun. Yeah, agreed.
When you put the guys in a room and they start talking about things, and Bob just like lights up. So we'll dote on Bob for just a minute. That he does really still love what he does, and I would say the same for all of us.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's really fun to come to work and just like
what you're
knowing what you're doing, and you're helping people, whether it be sending an invoice, which people don't always enjoy, but it's fun for us just to know that what we do helps communities and everybody around us.
Yeah.
So this is the office stuff. Again, we're missing Alicia because she had kindergarten roundup tonight. So hopefully at some point we can get her snuck in here, whether it be tonight or on another Bob Talk, just so you guys know who we are. We are faces. We do have names. We're not just a computer generated something, because that's usually how people interact with us 90% of the time. But if you need anything ever, please call the office. Let us know. We have 30 seconds.
To make it as long as we have.
So somebody better come up with one really good question before we. Otherwise, we're just gonna go, and you're gonna get to look at us on scrolling on the Standard Fire Facebook page for a couple days.
So one thing I will say, not being in like a fire family, like having anybody in my family that's on a fire department, it is amazing that a majority of our customers, they're getting not paid to do something, spending their time away from their family, spending their gas money, all that stuff. And so just not on the outside, you would never know, like, you don't put that thought into it. So that's what I love about my job, that we're helping all these people help their community and get the right equipment. And I mean, I think that even my husband, who has even less experience in that, we went to a fundraiser for Hero Haven not that long ago, and they were kind of did a spiel about how these people don't have the resources that a paid department might have. And he's like, that is true. It's pretty amazing that, that they're willing to do this. And I think it's pretty awesome. Yeah. So I appreciate it.
It is definitely a community effort, and we here at Standard Fire never want anybody to think that we don't appreciate what you do, because Ethan's a volunteer firefighter. My husband's a volunteer firefighter. My dad's been a volunteer firefighter, since he was 18. Yeah. And it's hard some days to be on the outside looking in and understanding it. So just know that,
for sure,
even when we don't understand it, we do.
Yeah,
we try to.
Yes,
we were willing to listen and talk to anybody.
Yeah.
Most of your sales reps are firefighters too.
Yeah, most of your sales reps are either current firefighters or have been at one point in time. I think all of them.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And all of the service techs, like our 4 service techs, 4.5. I don't know. Love you, Rod. They're all, been in the fire service for years, and so they get it. They understand that what you do is not always easy. It's not always fun, and it's not always the first thing that you want to do. It's not fun to run out the door on Christmas Eve when you're supposed to be sitting down for dinner and the page goes off. Like, that's just, we totally get it. And we appreciate it. And you may get annoyed with us office staff calling you, or but we know that you have jobs and lives outside of your volunteer service. Right. So we're just as understanding as patient as we can be every day. So we are never, I shouldn't say never, we're very, very rarely angry at anyone around here. It's so we just appreciate everything you guys do. I appreciate my office staff helping us out. So yeah, that's a little bit about us. Okay, there are 8 of you currently watching. I'm watching it live. So please send us a comment, a question. I can see you. I don't know a whole lot of you. I see names popping up, but this is life without Bob some days. Right here, and we just say thank you again and again. If you need anything, and your sales rep goes, I don't know, call the office. We usually understand.
Or we don't.
Or you call the office and you're
Find
like,
out.
I need to order this, and we go,
Talk to
I
your sales rep.
So we try to keep it as a family because then it's
Yeah.
easier to give each other a little bit of crap when we
Yeah.
need to. So,
For sure.
Nodine Fire Chief, when does Rod get the Salesman of the Year? Rod can have Salesman of the Year when he, I don't know, when can we get Rod with Salesman of
Well,
the
I
Year?
mean, I'd just like to have him back for service, so let's start with that, and then,
Fair.
right, because he is hurt right now, so he can't do anything.
Rod's down and out. We
Yeah.
gotta give him a little boost.
Got a
Be a
bummer.
Yeah.
little bummer. The Mackenzie Lynn. Kids, gotta love them. Rod is down and out because he decided to hurt himself on a
On a
fire
call,
call.
yeah.
But so if you know Rod, give him a shout. Tell him you're thinking about him because he's really suffering
yeah.
being off the road.
Yep.
And so Rod will get Salesman of the Year when he can convince Neil to retire. That's what will happen. Which, who knows when that will be, if anybody knows Neil. But yeah, we love our sales guys and our service rep and our hodgepodge sales guy service rep.
Rep.
Rob.
Yep.
And yeah, they drive us all a little crazy some days, but it's okay.
It is.
It's okay. Anybody else? Want anything else? Hold on, I'm gonna go back here. Oh. So Cody, thank you for asking a question. We appreciate that. I do really appreciate that. I'm scrolling through.
I guess we can touch on one thing. Just I hate to say this, how to say this nicely, but just have some patience with some things. A lot of the vendors, as you know, if you go to order anything, everything is backed up nowadays. Either it's a workforce shortage or it's a material shortage. So some of our products are delayed, but we're working with our vendors as much as we can to get those. But it's kind of out of our hands on some of that stuff that their workforce is short and or their materials can't come in right away. So we're trying to get you what you need and what you can, what we can as soon as we can. But sometimes it's kind of out of our hands. So if that makes sense.
Yeah, it's a good point. COVID, for a long time we thought COVID was the reason for a lot of things. Reason for delays, and now COVID's over and everybody's like, I'm tired of the COVID excuse. It's not a COVID excuse anymore. It's really people don't want to go to work, or they just find something different, and the demand is still there, but we don't, unfortunately we can't control
Right.
how fast things come to us. We do our best we can to keep things updated. Ethan's really good about reaching out to vendors about where things are for shipping and things like that. So know that your salesman is trying to get you answers, and we are trying to get you them answers as fast as we can. We have no desire to hold things for customers.
No.
As soon as we get it back out the door, because that's not fair to you guys. And we just don't like to have things sitting here and we have to climb over them.
Right.
Right, like the 10-foot pike pole.
Right.
Newton, you're getting your 10-foot pike pole. In case you didn't get it already. Bob's coming. So yeah, I do appreciate that, Ethan, and that it does take a village sometimes to get things out of here.
Yes.
But we'll get them. We'll get there.
Yep.
So if you need service, let the service guys know. If you need product, let the sales reps know. If you need a silly question that you're not sure who to ask, call the office. Like we're willing to take just about any question and answer them, because it's kind of the weird vibe that Bob puts off of we're just going to help everybody.
Yep.
Darn Bob.
I know.
I was telling somebody today, we had parent-teacher conferences tonight, and I was telling somebody that I had to come fill in for, an event at work tonight, and she's like, oh yeah, and I'm like, yeah, it's a Facebook Live event that the boss does. It's, Bob Talk, and she goes, is his name Bob? And I'm like, yes. And she's like, that's entertaining. I'm like, yeah, I know. Uh-oh, Trevor's got something to say.
Okay, let's hear it.
Thank you to the awesome ladies at E for getting everything done at the office. You all mean more to us than you know. Well, thanks, Trevor.
Thanks.
Suck up.
That's what it says, the ladies, and then it's E.
It is.
That's okay.
It's interesting because, we have one male in the office on a regular basis because Bob is here and
It's
not
not regular.
Gone.
Right.
Yeah.
Do we tell Bob that we can track him?
Can we? Did you get it set up?
Yes. Oh, don't tell. We can on some occasions, most of the time. Find out where Bob is now, so don't tell him, but it's our little secret. So our sales staff sometimes think we're a little slow here in the office. But we try, you guys. I promise.
I mean, I would say 30% of our day, if not more, is like troubleshooting things that come up. So just your normal stuff that you plan on happening doesn't always happen that day. And
you feel a little bit like a private investigator.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's like,
Yes.
oh, jeez. Yeah.
Yep.
So, well, it's been officially 20 minutes, you guys.
Wow.
We
Woohoo!
exceeded the requirement. I appreciate you guys watching. Thank you so much for being a little bit patient with Bob Talk Without Bob tonight.
Yes.
Again, if you need anything, please never be afraid to ask questions. Call the office, call your sales reps, call your service techs. Anything, everything.
Yep.
As you guys all know, FDIC is coming in April, and we will have some of our sales guys out there with us. You are a stinker. So hopefully we'll have some fun things to talk about after FDIC. I think next month Bob is hopefully going to be talking a little bit of service and about what we do with our service. You're going to get your butt kicked, girl. And so, just keep an eye out, keep watching Bob Talk. Come visit us.
May, Laura and I will be at Nebraska Fire School.
Yes, shout out to Nebraska Fire School in mid-May.
So fun.
We love Nebraska Fire
I do,
School.
yeah.
It's huge. If those of you from Iowa who used to remember CETA, I went to CETA when I was probably Kenzie's size. And that's what CETA used to be like here in Iowa. It was crazy, and there was people constantly, and that's what Nebraska State Fire School is like. So we will see any of you who stop by the booth at Nebraska Fire School in May. If you're at FDIC, you can catch us wandering around, probably mostly in the TNT or the MSA booth. Or, shoot us a text or give us your sales rep a call and say, hey, where's the Sanders staff at FDIC? And we'll try to make connections.
Yep.
Mike, we appreciate you too. Thank you for all you do. So, we really do enjoy what we do, and we're glad to. My crazy family, let me tell you. Bob Jr. here. So, but we won't keep you guys too much longer. If you need anything, holler. And I'm going to do the crazy Mackenzie thing. I'm going to crawl across the table and shut it off. Bye!